Hello everyone, very good morning and welcome back to Grade B. So day before yesterday when we have started this particular scheme, we were reading about Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, right? So we are going to move forward with that and we are going to read about the other components of that particular scheme, and it will be followed by another scheme, then we'll be done with this particular topic, right? So let's start with it. See, so the next component of this is Har Khet Ko Pani, right? So this is one of the component under Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. The objectives, etc., whatever are there in this particular scheme, they are there is not very much to understand, but the only thing which we have to understand is the funding related requirement, how this is going to be shared, right? So all these few things that you need to understand. Apart from it, everything is very common that can be understood with a little bit explanation. So Har Khet Ko Pani implementation will be done by the states, right? Now under states, I have told you, in states there are not ministries, there are departments, right? So related to that, I want to tell you that every state might be having a department with a different name. So whatever department is handling AIBP, that is Accelerated Irrigation Program, the same department of the state will be handling this particular program as well, right? Next is financial assistance. So financial assistance is being provided by your ministry, that means your Jal Shakti ministry, under command area development, water management, surface minor irrigation, repair, renovation, restoration of water bodies and groundwater components. What do we mean to say by this is that these are the components under which you have to do the work, and we are going to provide you the funding in relation to these particular components only. Command area development, I have already told you, the area which you have decided in order to irrigate, right? That is called as the command area. Now if we go by the dictionary meaning, it can be the command area can be come up with different intentions, but with related to irrigation, the only basic meaning is the area which you want to irrigate under the plan, that is called as the command area development, right? What is the aim? So under Har Khet Ko Pani, what we want to actually do is we want to provide assured supply of irrigation to every farm field. Next is what we want to do under this is, that means please read about the short forms as well. SMI and RRR means we have given it surface minor irrigation and repair, renovation and restoration. So what you want to do over it? Surface irrigation, expand cultivable area under your assured irrigation, as well as improving water use efficiency, groundwater recharge, etc. Benefits are tank capacity will increase, lost irrigation potential will come, and availability of drinking water. See, what I have told you is, in the irrigation related component, you will not find many of the things that are needed to be remembered. Everything is based on the common sense. So we'll quickly move on to the topics that are required for our understanding, that are required to be learned upon. So monitoring, who's going to do the monitoring under here? Monitoring of SMI, RRR of water bodies as well as the command area development projects is done through monitoring visits undertaken by officials of Central Water Commission. Important factual data, please remember it. The monitoring of command area development is also done by the project management units, and the schemes are being, review of these schemes are done on the monthly basis with the state implementing agency, right? Then we have got our next component of this particular scheme, that is called as the per drop more crop. Now per drop more crop, what you want to do over here is, you want to establish the sprinkler or the micro irrigation related things, right? What you want to do over here, you want to do water efficiency, you do not want to waste water. At the same time, you also want that the irrigation should be at the highest efficient level. So the only thing which you need to understand over here again is your funding related and the other financial component, monitoring related component, otherwise everything can be understood by you. So per drop more crop, It is an integral component under PM Kisan Sinchay Yojana. Focus is on enhancing water use efficiency, right? We want to support micro level water storage, water observation management activities, etc. Now, what are the objectives? So, objectives are quite well defined. I am not going to go deeper into it because this is easy to understand. See the objectives. It increases the areas under micro irrigation technologies. What are micro irrigation technologies? Drip irrigation, right? Sprinkler irrigation. These are the micro irrigation technologies. It increases the productivity of crop. Make potential use of micro irrigation system for promoting fertigation. Fertigation means providing fertilizers as well as irrigation through just one means, that mixing them together. Next is, dear, I would like to tell you that please all these things which are not related to the lecture at the time when I am teaching here, please try to ask all of these questions by calling on the helpline number. I'll not be able to help you on that while I am taking the class, right? So link tube well, river lift irrigation projects with micro irrigation technologies for best use of energy, and promoting, developing, disseminating micro irrigation related technology for agriculture, creating employment opportunities for the skilled and unskilled persons, especially unemployed youth, related to installation and maintenance of the micro irrigation system. This component is always included over here. Why to include it over here? See, if you are installing any kind of technology in the village setup, please try that at least you are training the villagers over there or the youth over there, so that at any point of time, whenever they feel the need that okay, now this machine demands repair, so they can do so within the village itself. They do not have to ask for outside help. This is called as the capacity development, right? Moving ahead to the important part of this particular piece of information. So it is implemented by Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Okay. Nodal departments are state agriculture departments. Activities. What kind of activities we include? Drip irrigation, sprinkler irrigation, micro sprinklers, etc. and supplementary water management activities. Supplementary water management activities means you want to include the farm level secondary storage structures. See, every farm, apart from having a irrigation related support, what they also have is they have in farm structures, like there could be a pond, right? They can make a cemented structure where they will store the water for irrigation purposes. So not just micro and sprinkler irrigation, you want to disseminate the technology regarding that, but you want to also establish the secondary storage facilities at the individual farm itself. So both the components are being included over here. Just wait. Yeah. So pattern of assistance. The total financial assistance which is available to the beneficiary under micro irrigation is from both the central and state government. 55% will be for small and marginal farmers and 45% for the other farmers. Small and marginal farmer status is decided on the basis of the land holding that they are having. If you are having a small piece of land with you, then you will be categorized in the small and marginal farmer category. Next is funding of financial assistance. Same for other states, it is 60-40. It is going to be 60-40 between central government and state government, and for northeastern states and Himalayan states the ratio is 90:10. In case of union territories are managed by central government always, hence 100% funding will be provided to union territories under this particular scheme. Lastly, we do have an important piece of information over here. Please focus over here. Micro irrigation fund. It is important. Now what is important? That the agency under which this particular fund has been established, you should remember the name of that particular agency. This is NABARD. So micro irrigation fund under Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, it has been established under the NABARD. So all kinds of, if there is a grant related requirement or funding related requirement, that can be met by the micro irrigation fund from here. Next is watershed development by Department of Land Resources and Ministry of Rural Development. So what happens in this component is, watershed means the area which is from where your water resource is being generated. So it includes, under your watershed development, you include the drainage management as well as the rainwater harvesting. Whatever way in which you are establishing and you are augmenting the water resource, that is going to become under your watershed development, right? Then you have support for irrigation modernization program. Irrigation modernization program, this is the new initiative, and this has got the support of Asian Development Bank. Purpose is, we want to modernize major and medium irrigation projects under it. So nothing else need to be remembered over here. You want to improve the irrigation, that is being understood. The important thing that you should be remembering is, the initiative has been taken up with the support of the Asian Development Bank. It is operating under Ministry of Jal Shakti, that is being understood. But you should have to remember that, okay, this particular initiative is with the support of which agency, because these type of questions can be asked in the statement based question types. And now the scheme, next scheme, that is called as the National Hydrology Project. What we want to do over here, again, we want to talk about the water resources. We want to do the mapping of water resources, right? Water use efficiency, whether every house has got tapped water connection or not. What is the water quality that is being provided, right? And how much punctual water supply is about, right? So all these parameters will be taken care of, and on the basis of this, all the participating areas are given the stars. So very short and sweet scheme, we'll just do it quickly, right? But at the same time very important. Why it is very important? Because this particular scheme, first of all, this is a central sector scheme, so no involvement of the state over here. Next thing is, has been supported by World Bank. So 3,000 crores with World Bank assistance to the tune of 3,640 crores for National Hydrology Project, and the remaining 39 crores for establishment of National Water Informatics Center. We want to create database on water use, water efficiency, so that actual policy can be taken up. See, what happens is, if you have data, okay, like 5 students are not performing well. Now this is a general thing. Why they are not performing well? Because they are getting poor marks in maths or science, right? So now this is the focus area. So when you have data and data has sub classification, on the basis of that you are able to decide that what policy decisions we should be taking forward, right? So with this intentions, this particular scheme also envisages the establishment of NWIC, that is your Water Informatics Center. It has been established, NWIC, it has been established as a subordinate office. Please remember the organization type of organization I am talking about, right? And it has been established under Department of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Regeneration in March 2018. Timeline is 8 years, that is till year 2023-2024. Therefore, we are studying it because it has got this particular timeline, right? Moving ahead, who is the lead agency? So Department of Water Resource is the lead agency. It is a central sector scheme. Central is providing 100% grant to the states. Nothing is being provided by the states. The states are not contributing. Implementing agencies are 48, 12 from central government and 36 from states. No need to remember. Now, what we want to do over here, why we have this particular mission in place. So first of all, project components are monitoring of water resources, generating information, operations and planning system, as well as the institutional capacity enhancement. Now how we are going to achieve this? So there has been a Jal Jeevan Sarvekshan that has been launched, right? So this is one of the tools how to achieve this particular mission aim. So Jal Jeevan Sarvekshan was launched by Honorable Vice President in the year 2022, 21st October 2022, to assess that what is the districts and states performance in achieving the objective of Jal Jeevan mission. Because we have got Jal Jeevan mission that also pertains to water resources efficiency, how you are using water resources, whether water connections have reached every household, what is the quality of water that is being supplied. These are all the concern factors under your Jal Jeevan mission, and for this we have launched a Sarvekshan. Sarvekshan means a survey. So what are the components under this particular? Self-reporting under the MIS portal, assessment of functionality of tap connections. That means if you want, you can go and report about what are the conditions in your area. Next thing is assessment of functionality of tap connections by an independent agencies. So you have installed taps under Jal Jeevan mission. Whether those taps are working or not, this has to be assured by an independent agency. Because see, until and unless your performance has not been verified by an independent agencies, that will not be what you can say validated in the eyes of domestic as well as the international audience. So hence independent verification is crucial. Broad categories are, that means on what topics, on what parameters you can do, you are going to do this particular Sarvekshan. So physical progress 50 marks. Physical progress means how able were you to provide the tap connections to all households, right? The actual implementation of Jal Jeevan mission, that is called as physical progress. Next is the water that you are supplying. What is the quality of it? Next, institutional arrangements for assured water supply, like having a Pani Samitis, having Jal boards, right? Water boards that are ensuring that the water connections that have been made, they are receiving water on the day-to-day basis. So if you have created any institutional setup for that, we are going to check that whether those institutions are working hard in order to supply the water to all households or not. So all these things will be checked under your Jal Sarvekshan, right? Categorization is done as below. So where water supply in households is less than 50%, between 50 to 75%, and between 75 to 100%. Now on the basis of this, districts have been given the stars. So 0 to less than 25% are aspirants, then you have got performance, achievers, high achievers, as well as the front runners. So on the basis of that, you have given and you have provided the, what you can say, the performance based on the districts, that what is the coverage of household tap connection and how they are performing over there. So with this, we have completed the Ministry of Jal Shakti related schemes. We are done with it. I hope you have learned a lot out of this particular scheme component, and if you did, please do not forget to like this video, and we'd like to close it over here. So we are done with all the schemes under Ministry of Jal Shakti, and we'll be coming up with the new ministry very soon. Thank you.